to help build self-confidence. And this is very important because over a period of time and having worked in the kind of role I have, I realized that both students and young professionals, and even some professionals like middle level professionals, have big issues with self-confidence. I mean, major issues with self-confidence. One of the things that we need to do is to expose people. Once we expose them, and it's I guess some of this is also symbiotic. I mean, you are helping someone to build self-confidence, meaning that you are also improving upon your self-confidence. So for the mentor is to improve upon their self-confidence, and for the mentee is to you are helping them to build self-confidence. And then we are also to share applicable information about their background, skills, knowledge, attitudes, interests, things like that. And to guide them into a direction where we're going to see success for them. We're also going to help them to especially develop attitudes that are positive for the workforce and for the working environment. Now, I'm going to talk about some of the benefits that you would have as a mentor. And then we're going to, it's more of why if you have accepted to become a mentor, what are some of the things that you might encounter? And I'm sure that while we get to a Q&A session or contribution session, some of us who have been mentors before, I mean, professionally, would also share our experiences and what to expect. I've had a few things, and for session by session and for various areas, I see different things. But we've tried to couch this into broad areas for us and for our benefit. So mentoring has the ability to further your own development, or it has the ability to further your own development, whether it's career development, professional development, and even academic development. So if I'm mentoring someone and I'm helping the person to be able to give the person the nuggets to be able to come up with papers and all that, what it means is that myself, I also have the edge to write and also do scholarly materials for publication. So for the mentor, sometimes our feelings of alienation could be alleviated if there are more people like ourselves. So sometimes we think that we are in this together. People don't see our viewpoint. We are alone. We are our thoughts. We try to keep our thoughts to ourselves. When we start guiding people, when we start advising people, when we start giving a part of ourselves for the benefit of others, what it does is that it also helps us, and it alleviates that alienation that we might have for ourselves. The third benefit that we can get also is the belief that the nurturing of interests and desires and the development of skills are most likely to be accomplished through close, caring, productive relationships. Close, caring, productive relationships. And so the mentor-mentee relationship is one that brings you close to, in this case, the mentee. And sometimes it brings you close in the sense that you become, for want of a better word or expression, vulnerable, because mentees would ask you certain things. Mentees will literally read your life, not only the things that you are telling them, but how you are living your life yourself. Because if I want to become like person A, I'm not only listening to what person A is saying, but I'm actually trying to follow the life and the patterns of person A to become like the person. And then there's the ROI, return on investment bit, that mentees get. And what the ROI is in twofold. So later in life, I'm sure that we would also get some benefits from aligning ourselves with the so sorry for the brief break. So the return on investment, um, although could be latent, um, could be in networks, it could be in expertise, it could be in referrals as well. So these are all things that um, are answering the question, why be a mentor? I think you've gone past that first level of why be a mentor and you have decided. But then this would also further cement the fact that you have not, you have chosen the right thing to do, to be a mentor and to assist in that regard. Right? We are looking at the mentee responsibilities, and you need to know this as a mentor because then you know what to expect of your mentees. So one, you are ensuring regular contact is kept with your mentee because that is what they are expecting, they are going to do. So they are going to ensure regular contact is kept with you. And so it's so vice versa, symbiotic, you give and take kind of a thing. And they are they are going to respect your time. And so you also have to respect their time. And if you decide that you are meeting on a particular day, say Wednesday at 3 p.m., please make sure it is Wednesday 3 p.m. Don't say that we understand that sometimes certain things happen that do not make our time. But then, as much as possible, let us respect the times given because it's most likely that if it's either a student in final year or someone, a young professional, um, you are they have their time is limited, right? And so if you agree on a particular time frame or duration, how to make this work, please help them by respecting their time as well. And one of the things that, I mean, we talked about early was determine what you wish to gain from your mentor. And so that's one of the things that we would expect that from the beginning. They will let you know what their expectations are of you as a mentor. And then sometimes to shape and to guide the expectations, right? And you'll be giving feedback, um, and you are to help them. Please don't make it prescriptive, but you are to help them to be receptive. You are to help them to see it your way. And please, in the event that you do not know something that they have asked, I mean, there's nothing wrong in saying that you do not know. And there's nothing wrong in saying that you are going to research and get back to them. Because sometimes they know, but they know in part. and they also want another opinion. And so if you steer them off in the wrong direction, that will not be acceptable. And so please, if it means that you would have to go and research and get back to them, please do. And when you are done, please get back to them and then help them steer them in the right direction. Obviously, we are going to create a plan of action. If it's a 6 months and we intend for this to be a 6 month period, we're not going to take too much of your time. We expect that you will have two sessions, um, I mean, two formal sessions a month. Um, and don't make the sessions too long, but then also guide them in giving assignments and all that, what to do within the time that you have. Yeah. And I'm sure we'll give some tidbits on what to do within the period of the mentorship period. And then they are supposed to make the most of the opportunities presented to them to have an interaction with you. And so some of them are going to come very strong. It is for you to direct them, it's for you to guide them, it's for you to advise them, it's for you to make sure that your timelines are adhered to, and it is for you to help them respect time and respect your privacy and respect the opportunity that they have to interact with you. There's also, apart from the responsibilities that the mentees have, they, they they have advantages as well. I mean, with being with you. So you are going to what when we say there's an advantage, what it means is this, that for you, you also have to give them advice on career goals. What it means is that you also have to know what it is on career goals and how to advise them or how to point them in the right direction. Um, you're going to help them by giving them opportunities and resources. So, I mean, in the event, when I say help them, um, I recall that in some mentoring program that I had somewhere, the mentee says, "Oh, you are my mentor. You should give me work." And then this mentor was self-employed, was doing their own thing, and that was getting pressure from the mentee on that. You need to set ground rules and know when one is crossing the ground rules. So, and we'll be telling the mentees as well. So, um, please be guided. Um, and because they are going to be mentored by you, they're going to have increased exposure and visibility. Um, they're going to be encouraged. They're going to build self-confidence. This is one of the things that we already have spoken about earlier. And then they are going to have new or improved skills. They are going to have new or improved knowledge. They are going to have new or improved attitudes and other attributes for that matter, or competencies for that matter. And because of how you are going to direct them, they would be in better position to be able to handle difficult situations because you would assist them. You're expected to assist them and maybe come up with scenarios or come up with scenarios or case studies of handling difficult situations. And definitely are going to be a bridge between for them into maturity. That means you also have to know that they are watching your every step, and how you behave also matters. Yes. So basically, this slide really rehashes the kind of thing that we've talked about already: support, advice, help, guidance. And this is basically what the mentor-mentee relationship seeks to get as a goal or as an objective. Um, Now, this looks like by far my most interesting part of the presentation, the do's and don'ts. Um, and we'll look at first the mentee before we go to the mentor. So the mentee is not, and the not is in capitals, right? So that it brings it up. It's not meant to complete work for the mentor. Please, if you have work to do, the mentee is not the one to come and help you to complete your work. The mentee could also be making or be giving some work along the line, but they're not as in helping to complete your work or to complete your work on your behalf. Um, the mentee is not to pay the mentor. I mean, we definitely know that this is voluntary and this is very sacrificial, all that we do. And so, please, there's not going to be payment or for you being a mentor. And the mentee is not the one to come and boost your ego. Please, you should have your egos up already. Um, so, and you're not to take a cane, tongue lash, discipline, penalize the mentee. Um, I this point, um, I have a thin line about guiding them and being firm. But this is not to say that we penalize them or make them do things that are. Then um, the mentor is not supposed to make decisions for the mentee. The mentor is supposed to guide the mentee into making decisions. So our work is to guide the mentees to make decisions, but not to make decisions for them. The mentor is not meant to finish coursework or projects or labs or etc. for the mentee. If they have assignments, they have projects, you have to guide them, but not to do it for them. And you are not supposed to get them a job. But if you're in the position to do that, why not? And it falls in line. But then the word is supposed to. You're not supposed to. And you're not supposed to provide um, therapy or counseling services. Counseling in the full-blown sense of counseling, right? But advice is different. So these are the do's and don'ts of mentoring. The next thing that we need to do, and which we've talked about already, is to help the mentee and in fact yourself as well as mentors to be able to set objectives. And these objectives, as you know, must definitely be smart. So, I mean, I'm not going to talk about setting of smart objectives, but then as we all know about how to set smart objectives, and I think the most important thing that I'll talk about is about the time base or time bound. Make sure that because this is not in perpetuity, there's always a limit that we have with time. So please, it is advised that we usually follow our timelines and then know that this mentor-mentee relationship formally will start at a point and will formally end at a point. Uh, so but the question we must ask ourselves going forward, I mean, while we embark on this journey, is that what do we call success in the mentorship program? How does success look like for you as a mentor? How does success look like for the mentee? And then, like I said, what are the rules and what are the boundaries for the mentorship program? So that we are setting the rules that we will have for both mentees and mentors for the program. And then what are some activities you would like to be involved in and with the the mentees? And what are some of the things that you lead or help them to be able to get or acquire or find or to be able to discover? And what is the approach of this mentorship? um, and it's mainly meetings. Now we are going to definitely going to adopt the media information that the social media that we have, and so whether they are telephone meetings, they are Zoom meetings, whether they are WhatsApp meetings, they are face-to-face meetings. Please use technology to be able to um, make this mentorship relationship a beneficial relationship for both of you, as in the mentor and the mentee. I know that each mentor would have more than one mentee, unless, of course, they have stated that they only want one. But we have a lot of mentees. So sometimes I know that we are tempted to do group discussions, which is good, but sometimes you need to do individual meetings to help both some of the mentees with their peculiar issues. But then, judging from the fact that when others listen to their colleagues, they are able to learn and be able to avoid certain pitfalls that might come their way. It's always good sometimes to have a couple of meetings together with your mentees, and then each learn from the other. I know some mentors who, when they want to have their first face-to-face meeting, they have it over lunch or something, some informal meeting, and where they get to know the mentees better, or and vice versa. But then the professional nature must always be upheld. So we're going to give a few tips for successful mentorship. Um, and communication cannot be overemphasized. Active communication lines. So let the mentee be able to access you and let them know how to contact you or how you would want to be contacted. And I don't expect a mentee to call a mentor at 12 midnight. But if you have said that, someone who is working shifts and that time is um, a break time and it's also favorable for the mentee. But then what I'm trying to say is that schedule times that are appropriate, but keep an active line of communication, and note that communication is always a two-way thing, right? And one of the things to help you to make this worth your while is always to maintain a schedule. Otherwise, one mentee calls you at 2 o'clock, another one calls you at 2:05, another one calls you 3:15, and you have meetings, you have work to complete and all that. And so, but then I realized that one of the things, the benefits of mentorship is that it helps you to plan your life because you have a schedule for how you meet the mentees, right? And then you also need to share your personal goals with the mentees. What it does also sometimes along the line is to keep you on track. So the benefit is not only for mentees, but also for mentors. Um, and then before every meeting, whether it's a face-to-face meeting or whether it's a Zoom meeting or whether it's a WhatsApp call meeting or whatever social media framework you're using, please prepare. Please prepare before you attend the meeting. And then also, if you have given assignments and assignments have come in, Please review the assignments and discuss the assignments in the meeting, right? And then we've said this already, but we emphasize it again, maintain mutual respect. Maintain mutual respect in this relationship. And be flexible in your thinking. Um, don't have don't be unidirectional. Um, I believe that's apt enough. Don't be unidirectional. Be flexible in your thinking, and then I should say in your actions as well. We've already talked about being a role model, um, and then you definitely have to make time for constructive feedback. Um, then some of the challenges that we might come your way, you definitely will be battling time and energy commitments. So sometimes you give yourself, I'm supposed to meet at 2 o'clock, and then 2 o'clock you have a meeting, or 2 o'clock you are up doing something else. Please manage the schedules that you have. Um, and then sometimes if there is an inappropriate choice of mentor or mentee, maybe the mentor is doing a particular thing, which and the mentee is also doing something else, and there's no congruence. As in, for example, if a mentee or has aspirations into let's say mechanical engineering and stuff like that, and I'm in the arts, how beneficial will that be if we have a mechanical person? It will be easier for that person to mentor that one, that mentee, than someone who is in the arts or in the business areas. And so the pairing as well, and that is to us, I mean, as the career guidance and outreach team. And so we've tried our best to try and pair well. But then in the event that we have given you something else, then we know that you have the capacity to be able to manage. And then sometimes unrealistic expectations. And so once you are receiving the expectations from the mentees, you are to guide, to set the expectations right, so that um, the the objectives are smart, and one that are one ones that are achievable, ones that are within the confines of the mentor-mentee relationship. Um, and then you need to build the confidence. We cannot overemphasize that. We say it in several ways. Like, mentee should not feel inferior at all, at all. And please don't manipulate the mentee. Um, and we don't expect the mentee also to manipulate you. We expect that you are more experienced, and so do not allow yourself, or do not put yourself in a manipulation zone. Um, and then please don't over depend on a mentee, and vice versa. We'll tell them also not to over depend on you. You are a guide, but not like as we said, the information that you give them, the advice you give them, should not be prescriptive. Um, like what the doctor will say, a medical doctor will say. I'm not telling them that you take this 2, 3 times daily, or you are doomed. They are not doomed. Please, and don't make them. Uh, okay, so basically, that is what we have. This is supposed to be at least a 6 months program, where you have to schedule the times well. We expect that you will have maybe 2 sessions a month, and then we're going to talk about the mentorship agreement with the mentees. So the mentor or the mentees will be introduced to you via mail, um, and then there's going to be a plan that will be submitted. Uh, and then you finalize and you sign off. And then during the first meeting, you review the CPDs or academic plan, and then you set communication and meeting guidelines, and then frequencies as well of the meetings and frequencies of which type of communication and the communication tool or tools to be adopted, and then set the guidelines for discussion, set the guidelines for discussion on sensitive topics. Very, very important. Um, this is one that I'm sure will be sent to you, so I'm not going to um, talk about it. But then, basically, what I said was that you're going to have at least 2 sessions, or what we intend is for 2 sessions per month, and what we expect you to do during those sessions. You have to model them. This is just a guide for you, right? Yeah. So literally, the mentor takes the mentee under his or her wings or arms or guidance and invites the protege into a new occupational world, shows the protege around, imparts wisdom, cares for the protege, sponsors, criticizes, and bestows his or her blessings on them. The teaching and sponsorship have their values, but the blessing is a crucial element that each and every mentee should have. Thank you very much. Over to you, Akosia.
Thank you very much, Mr. Sam. Very insightful. I would open up the floor for comments, questions, experiences to be shared, especially so that the new mentors can learn from it. But there was a question that came through. I think when you were speaking, you mentioned that we should make sure that we build the self-esteem of the mentees. And one person was asking how this can be easily done. It's just open to anybody. Anybody can answer, but Mr. Sam, you can take this as well.
Okay, I'll take that back. Let me also acknowledge the chair of the career guidance and outreach team, Derek. Welcome. It's been a while.
Yes, thank you very much. I just had to jump from my other meeting to this, but thank you. I've been in the background for a while now, listening on the wisdom you're spewing out. So,
Thanks. But would Derek want to take that question up? Let me put Derek on the spot.
aha, okay, cool. Yeah, so for me, it's one of the key things for me when it comes to the mentees, and it's one of the biggest impacts you can ever have on them in building their confidence and getting them to actually believe in themselves. So in my case, one of the things I've done that has helped over the years is to first of all, every mentee I meet, there's this assessment tool I let them all take, which is a 16 personality test. I send it out to all of them. They take it, and then I ask them to answer the questions honestly. And once the questions come out, the results come out, I sit down with them, and then we go through it. And then the whole idea for me is to try and understand the person I am dealing with. Because obviously, first of all, I need to know who I'm dealing with, and I need to know how best I can help the person and then the impact I make. And the impact that you want to make with the person starts with the mindset. So once you're able to understand who you are dealing with, then you can be able to build on that person you are dealing with. And then you can help the person to actually start believing in their abilities, their strengths, their weaknesses, and then they can see the value that they present as the individual that they are, not trying to change anybody. But you're trying to pick up the person and like, this is who you are, this is how you're made up, and this is how to make the best out of who you are. And once people once they start understanding that, okay, this is me, this is what I have, this is what I can offer, these are my weaknesses, they start believing in that part of them. And then in that way, you're able to help build their confidence. And once you're able to build their confidence, it's amazing the amount of work you can do from that point in time. Because the first thing is they need to believe in themselves, they need to believe in their abilities, they need to believe in their weaknesses, and they need to understand what their needs are as individuals. Because we being the mentors, there's a level of experience that we have that these guys don't have. And the best we can do is guide them. And I like what you said there. We are not there to tell them, cast in stone, do this, and it will work for you. We are there to guide them. And being a guide is not telling someone what to do. As a guide is being able to show the person the way and giving the person the option to choose between which of them works best. And if there's any changes you need to help the person make, you can able to help the person in that way. So the best way to help someone build their confidence is to understand what the person's makeup is, what the person is lacking, what the person already has. And you can shape that and to get the person to actually believe in themselves first. Then you can pick it up from there.
Thank you, Derek. I mean, excellently put. And the other thing also is that you have to be confident yourself so that you'll be able to help build that person's confidence. Okay. Thank you, Akosia.
Thank you very much. Please have voice opened for experiences. Those who were part of the last cohort as well, you can share some of your experiences. And if there are any questions, please feel free to ask them. Okay, maybe I can ask this. I think yesterday someone reached out to me that their mentees have not reached out yet. And I think last year there were several complaints as well where the mentors made the effort to actually reach out to their mentees, but they realized their mentees were not forthcoming. In such a situation, what do you do? How much effort do you as a mentor, if any at all, do you have to put in to get your mentees to follow the program, though they have willingly signed up for it?
I'm sure that we'll all tell you that we'll use the slang time no day, right? And truly time no day. But we make an effort or we make several efforts to. I've been in mentorship programs where you literally have to, whether I send a WhatsApp, make a call, send a mail, but there is a limit to what you can do, and that's realistic. And as we speak now, I know that we have some mentees that have not been paired. And so if you are privileged to have been paired, and this is one of the things we're going to tell the mentees, to have been paired with a mentor, I think the least you can do is to respect their time and not to waste their time, because they could have the time for several other things, but then they have time to, they've made time to be with you and to mentor you. But I would always say that make the effort to go the extra mile. But if it doesn't work and you know that realistically it's not working, please get back to the team. Let us replace the mentee. We might also try to reach out to the mentee if they have any peculiar challenges. But then it should not be the fact that you try once and then you stop. But if it is persistent, I mean, we can withdraw a mentee and then replace the mentee with another one for the program.
Yes, and that's right, Nico. Some of them are pretty good. They will reach out to you and all that. Others do. It takes a while. Some of them, it's you don't blame them. It's how they are brought up. They find it difficult to reach out to people. But once you warm them up into it, it becomes okay. But as Sam said, if it persists after a while, you can just reach out to us. We reassign you. There are a couple of people still in the pool that don't have mentors, and then we can reassign them as well. Because as you said, time of day you can do as much as you can do. So don't let it stress you out if that happens. just always let us know, and then we'll get that done as much as possible. Akosia is on his way to check in and fly to Accra, so I'll take over from here. Does anyone else have any questions for us as well? Because how many minutes do we have? We have like 3 minutes.
Yes.
Yes. So if you have any other questions for us, please let us know, and then and you can always reach out to myself, Sam, our Akosia, or the mentorship subcommittee who have been reaching out to you and sending out the emails. And if you have any other questions, you can always talk to us. We have how many of you were on the first Cohen? How many of you in the call now mentored people last year?
I did.
Okay. Can you tell us a little bit about your experience, please?
Oh, okay. So maybe I would want to hear from others, but okay. So I had three mentees last year, and interestingly, um, one of them who I thought was not, I don't know. Okay, let me use the phrase, was slow in catching up or slow in um, um, getting my assignments through, was slow in getting to me. And it's interesting that you talk about how people are brought up. I mean, we should know that there are individual differences. There are people who are more assertive than the others. And so some others would reach out to you, and some others would have a laid back attitude. But then one of my mentees who started off as a laid back person, in fact, still reaches out to me. I mean, we from time to time we have interactions, and these interactions are very, very instructive. She will come up with some questions about, especially her career direction and plan. And you know that the person is doing their homework. That's one of the things. If you do not do your homework well, you're not going to come up with, I mean, because when you come to me, I'm guiding you, I'm talking to you about possible areas, and I'm asking you about what you know about those areas or directions to take. So if you come to me empty, uh, you'd go back and you'll have a lot of or tons of assignments to do. So one of the things I used to do to keep my mentees on their toes is to give them assignments on areas that they have even asked themselves and to redirect them on what to do. So that was my experience with last year's cohort.
Okay. Yeah, something similar to mine as well. I give them quite a lot of assignment. For some strange reason, the new co-ed spoke to the old ones and they were told how much work we give them. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, Akosia. Oh, you're back. Yes. Well, I'm thinking she's trying to check in, so she's still.
Yeah.
Yes. Anyone else who took
I think
up some?
Dorothy wants to share an experience.
Yes, Dorothy, go for it.
Okay, thank you very much. So my experience was quite close to the question Akosia asked, because I tried reaching out. One of them I couldn't reach her for months, either by WhatsApp call or email, and then later on she got back to me that her phone was missing, but then we're almost done. And the second one was also not too responsive. I give him assignments. The next meeting, he tells me he has forgotten. And so I didn't really see mine to be that successful because the mentees were not that responsive as well. But then, as a first time, we learned from it so that maybe there is something more I could have done. So as I continue with this, I hope to learn more so that I'll become better with this. Thank you.
Hi, thank you, Dorothy. Okay, so I think we've exhausted our time. We don't want to hold anyone here for long. I know people have busy schedules. Sam, thank you very much. I always enjoy your presentations and how simple you make it for us and how informative it comes across, and we're able to understand and all that. All the best to this year's mentors. If you have any concerns or any issues, please reach out to us, talk to us. Myself, Sam, Dorothy, or Akosia, we're always here to help you. If you find it difficult reaching your mentees or they've not reached out to you, please let us know, and then we'll reassign to you new ones, and then we can pick it up from there. And please, as much as possible, if you're going to be doing the face-to-face meetings with your mentors and the mentees and all that, please be very safe. Pick a public place and make sure it's not private. If you have any safety concerns or whatsoever, you can discontinue it and let us know, and then we'll record it as well. Because what we want to do is we want to capture everything as much as possible and make this one of the best Flagstaff programs that we have. Because the thing we can do is give them what we have. Is Gabriel, is your hand up, please?
Yes,
Go
my hand
for
is
it.
up. Just,
Okay.
just a quick one. Thanks very much for the input from everybody. I was just wondering, from the experienced mentors, what is the nature of the assignments you have, given out to your mentees? Are these purely academic, or I mean, like tailored towards like career development and all of that kind of, assignments? Just wondering.
Okay. Dorothy, when you were sending out the emails to the mentors, did you include the detailed program that we've put together for them to help guide them on what they need to talk to the mentees about and all that?
Yes, please. We did send them the mentorship.
Yes. Okay. So Gabriel, we do send out a detailed line by line, so all the topics you can talk about during the times you sit down and chat with them. And for the assignments, yes, it's a mixture of academic, it's a mixture of personal development and soft skills. Because what you want to do is, and that's why I start off mine by trying to understand who I'm dealing with, so that you can also know in your experience how best you can guide this person to be a better person. And one thing I've learned over the years in mentoring people and how much impact it makes on them is if you're able to find out where the person needs the help most and you help them, as time goes on, they will start opening up to you about things that would actually shock you and actually help you actually find better things to help them deal with. So in my case, like this, I'll give you a pure example. There was one lady I was dealing with, very smart and all that, but she was very, very, very shy and laid back. So I noticed that one of the areas to help her with was to start letting her learn a bit more about being assertive. So I started sharing books with her on being assertive, sharing books with her on how to be able to speak up and things like that. And then what I do is every month, and Dorothy will tell you, I let the people I look after have a presentation. What you've learned in the month is not just what I'm taking you through, but in your normal day-to-day life, what you've learned that month, what you did, how it went. You present every month at the end of every month. And one thing you see with that is it helps the people to build on that. And it's good as a mentor, find out how best or what you think would help the person you are dealing with, because you are the one who has the person, you are the one who spent time to know the person, and you are the person in the good position to determine what you think would help. And if you also need guidance as well, please reach out to any of us. We can help you out with some of the assignments we give them and all that. I hope that answers your question, Gabriel.
Yeah, thank you very much, Derek. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Derek, just to add a bit to what you just shared, maybe to share my experience as a mentee. So I think when I started off as a mentee, I was more a general person. I wasn't sure what my specific need was. So my mentor just made me put points under every session I could think of that would be good for my career. So we decided to separate leadership, networking, having career direction or career guidance, business essentials. We had several sessions. So I'm just sharing this for those who will meet mentees who are not very sure of their needs, or maybe you have conversations with them and they can't come out to say that this is my need. So we started fleshing those out. This week we go through networking, what we can do about networking, what we can learn about networking. I'm giving assignments. I go and search on it. I do presentations as well. The next time we go into finance. But as you have conversations, I realized that, okay, I had certain strengths and I had certain weaknesses. And maybe you can use that approach if you meet such mentees who are not very certain. They are just general people who are not so specific that this is what I need to do. And as you go on, you'll be able to identify what their weaknesses are and where their strengths are. Yeah, thank you.
Excellent. Thank you, Akusha. I think we've gone 8 minutes past our time. So I'll just say a few words and Akusha, you can wrap it up and then close us. So guys, then thank you very much. We appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedules to help people who need the help. I know when some of us were young, we wanted that, we never got it. Some also likely got it. And we see the difference it makes in our lives, having someone who is out there experienced, who can guide you, not necessarily to follow exactly in their footsteps, but to give you the pointers that would help you to be a better person. And we see how much impact it makes. So we really appreciate you taking the time out to do that. I can see a few of you already know. Joel, I see Christabel is on. Hi, Christabel, how are you doing?
Hello, Derek. I'm good, thank you. And you?
Yeah, I'm awesome. Thank you very much for taking up your time to help out these young ones and all that. We really appreciate it. So as we go on, if you guys have any concerns, anything, reach out to any of us. We would help you, guide you, and then would take our time out to also give you the guidance you need as mentors to help these young ones. So thank you very much once again, and we appreciate what you're doing. And if there are friends of yours who have expressed the interest and they don't know how to reach out to us, please send them our way and we'll help them. Because we have quite a lot of mentees, but we don't have too many mentors to guide them. And most people can handle one or two. But if you think in your capacity you can handle more, let us know. We'll add more people to you. And then we'll try and reduce that number as well and help as much people as we can in that area. So thank you guys very much, and also taking your time this afternoon to come through to this training and all that. And we appreciate Sam for giving us a wonderful presentation. Okay, Akusha, over to you.
Thank you so much, Derek. I think you have captured it all. I just want to once again thank all the mentors. Thank our resource person, Mr. Sam. Thank Derek, you leading this committee, as well as all the committee members, the mentorship committee members, Dorothy, Paul, all who are always supporting the team to have this done. Very grateful for your time. With that said, I'd like to say enjoy the rest of your day. Speak to you some other time.
Thank you very much, and you too.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Akusha. Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Bye.